Greetings, citizens of the world. Hillary Clinton hasn't stopped complaining about how she lost the election. What's worse, however, is that she never puts the blame on her shoulders. It's always someone else's fault as to why she lost. Recently, Clinton has decided to blame her loss on white people rather than herself. Each month, it seems the former presidential candidate blames something or someone else, but at this time it's white Americans who are the problem. In Clinton's first full interview since her electoral defeat at the hands of Trump, CBS Sunday Morning interviewed the former presidential candidate. Going on to declare that she is done with being a candidate, the former Secretary of State voiced her regret over her loss by, of all things, stoking supposedly racial grievances. He was quite successful in referencing a nostalgia that would give hope, comfort, settle grievances for millions of people who were upset about gains that were made by others, Clinton went on to say. What you're saying is millions of white people, host Jane Pauley said. Millions of white people, yeah, confirmed Clinton. Millions of white people. Isn't it remarkable how this woman goes about blaming tens of millions of white people for her loss, rather than accepting the fact that the cause of her loss might have been her own corruption? What Clinton and Pauley are referring to are the racial voting patterns that determine the outcome of the election. A study done by Pew Research showed that white Americans preferred Trump by a 21-point margin. This, in their eyes, is what cost the Democrats the election. Ever since losing the election, Clinton has gone around blaming a whole host of people. I do wonder sometimes about what would have happened if President Obama had made a televised address to the nation in the fall of 2016 warning that our democracy was under attack. Maybe more Americans would have woken up to the threat in time, said Clinton, putting at least some blame on the former president. She would also blame Bernie Sanders, saying that his attacks caused lasting damage, making it harder to unify progressives in the general election. Other people she blamed include Vladimir Putin, Russian hackers, James Comey, Joe Biden, sexism, The New York Times, and many other people as well. Remarkably enough, she even had the temerity to suggest that negative media coverage cost her the election, something that couldn't be further from the truth. It's worth noting how out of touch Clinton is with reality, as she dares to suggest that Trump's win indicates our democracy being under attack. But somehow she has no qualms about putting herself, one of the most corrupt politicians in American history, into the Oval Office. Racism has never been something Clinton opposed at heart, especially when it was convenient for her. In fact, she took many lessons from her political mentor and good friend, Robert Byrd, an open racist of the highest degree and a former KKK leader and recruiter. However, despite announcing she won't be a candidate anymore, she did say that I am not done with politics because I literally believe that our country's future is at stake. Unfortunate news, as many hoped she would